Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. We take you to a Walmart shooting, Albuquerque, New Mexico, folks. This Walmart shooting. Let's talk about these Walmart shootings because in the last 24 hours, there has been 3 separate Walmart shootings nationwide at 3 separate locations. We covered the other day, Lancaster, South Carolina, Walmart shooting inside the store. Numerous people are involved with that. And now we have an incident that happened in Albuquerque, New Mexico last night. And also Tulsa, Oklahoma, there was a Walmart shooting. So what in the world is going on with all these Walmart shootings nationwide? We've been covering these things extensively on JLR Investigates. This one here resulted in some sort of road rage incident that took it to the Walmart, and someone's dead. Someone's dead. Some people have been arrested from this incident here. They have not released any mug shots of individuals involved with this incident here. But we wanted to bring public awareness because, we've been saying stay away from the Walmarts. They're unsafe. They're unstable, whether it's inside the Walmart or on Walmart property or in the parking lot of Walmarts. But last night, apparently, there was some sort of road rage incident, and then shots fired. And as you can see, huge police presence. They shut the Walmart down. This was on 2550 Coors Boulevard, and it happened Wednesday night around 6:30 p.m. There has been people taken in custody. Now, the police have spoken about this particular incident here. I have a few clips I'm going to share with you about this incident, and then we'll further discuss. So I'll play it right now. Check it out.
Leading to a deadly shootout at Walmart near Coors and I-40.
Leah Chavez is live in northwest Albuquerque.
This is the Walmart off of Coors and I-40, and APD telling us that this incident started off as road rage involving a car on a trailer and a black Charger behind it. They say 2 more vehicles got involved and people here started physically fighting. Then it turned into what APD is calling a shootout, and things escalated even more.
The driver of the black Charger got in his vehicle, turned around, came and drove straight into 3 of the individuals, pinning them against one of the another smaller white truck. One of the individuals was pinned between the Dodge Charger and the truck, turned his gun on the driver of the black Charger and fired rounds into the car, striking the driver of that vehicle.
Police say that driver later died, and as we arrived on scene, we spoke to a woman who says that she parked right next to where that altercation happened.
A minute after we just walked in, this guy came on saying that someone, they just shot 3 shots off. And then when I went to go look, everyone was at the windows, not the windows, but at the doors. And there's a lot of commotion. We go outside, the whole parking lot is taped up, and our car's right there in the middle. And they tell us, we waited there for 30 minutes until they told us that we're gonna have to call someone to pick us up because we're not gonna take the car home at all.
And everyone involved in that incident has either been detained or taken to a local hospital. APD telling us that there are no outstanding suspects at this time. Reporting on the west side, Leah Chavez, KOAT Action 7 News.
Police tell us they are investigating a homicide at a Walmart on the west side.
Leah Chavez is there live.
That's right, Doug and Shelley. This is the Walmart off of Coors and O'Ray. Now I'm going to step out of the way so you can see what I'm seeing. APD tells us that this is an active investigation underway here. They say around 6:30 p.m. they responded to reports of a shooting and a fight. One person was shot and has died as a result. We spoke to one woman who says she parked right next to where the altercation happened.
A minute after we just walked in, this guy came on saying that someone, they just shot 3 shots off. And then when I went to go look, everyone was at the windows, not the windows, but at the doors. And there's a lot of commotion. We go outside, the whole parking lot is taped up, and our car's right there in the middle. And they tell us, we waited there for 30 minutes until they told us that we're going to have to call someone to pick us up because we're not going to take the car home at all.
APD says other individuals were transported to a local hospital but did not tell us how many. Doug and Shelley will send it back to you for right now.
We're still following this breaking news. Make sure to follow us on our free app or website.
Yeah, so again, every time there's a Walmart incident, we share on JLR Investigates. Doesn't appear that this thing started in Walmart, but they took it to Walmart. They took it to Walmart to handle a beef out in the parking lot, and then it just became the Wild West. Now, this is scary, folks, because you know Walmart, shoppers, elderly, children, people, families, people go to Walmart and shop. And these reckless crazies, and we've covered other crazies that done shootouts in parking lots because of beefs and fights, start firing off shots, which could definitely hit somebody. Thank God nobody got hit here. This is crazy. So this is, again, I don't know what they can do, but it seems like Walmart is a beacon ground for these crazies to come out and take their beef or take their frustration out on people. Walmart. So once the suspects get identified with this particular incident, we'll share. Now I'm going to embed a photo on the screen here. I want you to look at these two suspects here. I'm going to put two individuals up. And these individuals, one, his name is Justice Rogers, and another is Ryon Williams. Now, we're going to shift to Tulsa, Oklahoma, because yesterday, or actually April 1st, so the same day as the other shooting in Lancaster, South Carolina, there was some sort of shooting inside a Walmart in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Shooting inside a Walmart in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So apparently 2 suspects have been arrested from the Walmart on 81st Street and Lewis Avenue in Tulsa. And 10:40 at night, there were shots fired in the bathroom of Walmart. In the bathroom of Walmart. In the bathroom. Something to do with 2 dudes beefing with one another. I don't know. But there is a news clip in the police speaking about this Walmart shooting in Tulsa. Not much information about this, but I did get some information I want to share with you. Come on in.
Shots fired inside a South Tulsa Walmart prompted a large police presence that included several agencies. 2 News anchor Sharon Phillips listened to one concerned shopper and also the Tulsa Police Department Special Operations Team commander about their active shooter protocol.
Shortly before 11 o'clock Tuesday night, Tulsa police received a call about shots fired inside a Walmart near 81st and Lewis.
A larceny/robbery that took place where a civilian victim was in the restroom, was confronted by, I believe, 2 suspects. And during that confrontation, a firearm was produced and a firearm was discharged by the suspects towards the victim.
Captain Mike Ertz says there was an off-duty deputy working security who heard the shots and went to confront the suspects and fired shots. Ryon Williams later showed up at a hospital with a gunshot wound, and the other suspect, Justice Rogers, was found under a bridge near the store. Both were arrested on multiple counts, including shooting with intent to kill. Even though this wasn't an active shooter situation once officers arrived, it was still treated as such.
There was at least 2 groups that we refer to as contact teams. They immediately went in and started searching for the suspect. There were no more shots being fired when they got inside, and that changes our protocol a little bit. But we're still looking and actively trying to find the source and the cause of that violence.
I spoke with one customer who was waiting for her bus, and she tells me she wishes this specific store here had more security. Shalonda Bailey lives nearby and often shops here despite her safety concerns, which have only heightened following Tuesday's incident.
I would like to see more security, present. I don't see any security, out in front, and it's really a mess. And then you have to not only deal with that, but like with the homeless people, like at the bus stop, and I take the bus, so it kind of feels unsafe.
Tulsa police say 3 patrol divisions, OHP, the Tulsa Fire Department, EMSA, Light Horse Police, and the Real-Time Information Center all work together on this shooting incident. Sharon Phillips, 2 News, Oklahoma.
Captain Eckert says if you ever find yourself in an active shooter situation, use the run, hide, fight method. Run if you can. If you can't, find a secure place to hide and barricade those doors, and fight as your very last option.
Folks, you heard from a shopper there. I'm going to put these 2 knuckleheads back up on the screen, Justice Rogers and Ryon Williams. But you heard from a shopper, not safe. Folks, this is a nationwide issue with Walmart. This is a nationwide issue with all of these shootings that are occurring. Most of the Walmarts aren't safe. Let's be real. Have you seen it safe? And it's a place where the most crazy of crazies go in there. Mental illness, drug issues, habitual criminals, scary people. Scary people. So, I don't know anything about these people, these 2 right here, as far as their backgrounds and past, but they're in some big, big trouble. They're in some big, big trouble. And, you don't want to play in Oklahoma, but this was like the only media attention on this particular case in Tulsa. We're in Tulsa now. We're in Tulsa. So I'm going to take these 2 dudes down, and we're going to shift back to Lancaster, South Carolina. I'm going to put these 2 other guys up in reference to the shooting the other day that we covered in Lancaster, South Carolina. Cunningham, that's who's on the left. And Mickle is on the right. Now, these 2 knuckleheads are involved in that shooting at the Walmart that we covered the other day in Lancaster, South Carolina. But there's like 6 people. There's 6 people involved with that shooting. And also this morning, authorities gave a press conference. But what I want to do is share with you the latest on that Walmart shooting in Lancaster, South Carolina. 6 people linked to a shooting inside a Lancaster Walmart. Check it out.
Thank you for joining us here for the news at 6. I'm Vanessa Rufus, and we start here tonight. Investigators in Lancaster County now confirm there are 6 suspects in that shooting at a Walmart yesterday. So far, we're seeing 18-year-old Lareakus Cunningham Jr. and 19-year-old Mickle being arrested and facing multiple charges, including attempted murder. WCNC Charlotte's Anna King is in Lancaster County, where residents are now sounding off about the violence.
Yeah, most people are shocked. They say they never would have expected something like this to happen in Lancaster County, and definitely not here at the Walmart. And they say tonight something needs to be done.
I wouldn't expect it to happen here, but hey, it's a crazy world we live in.
Residents in Lancaster County are left with many questions following a shooting at a local Walmart.
What can you do these days with these teenagers? It's horrible.
Authorities say there are 6 suspects right now in connection to the shooting. Wednesday morning, 2 teens, 18-year-old Lareakus Cunningham Jr. and 19-year-old Mickle appear before a judge. They're charged with attempted murder, possession of a weapon during the commission of a violent crime, and breach of peace. Both were denied bond.
Hopefully it changed, but the way these young people are down here, man, it's just part of the system, I guess.
Third suspect is in the hospital recovering from injuries sustained in the shooting. A warrant is already in place for their arrest. Meanwhile, investigators are working to take a minor into custody, along with 2 more suspects. Many say this tragedy is a wake-up call.
I don't know where we're failing as parents, not to educate and teach our kids.
Law enforcement asks that anyone with information on this contact them at 803-283-3388. And as we learn more, we will be sure to keep you updated. In Lancaster County, Anna King, WCNC Charlotte.
And we wanted to get you an early heads up on this because we are expecting authorities giving us a briefing on this shooting tomorrow morning. That's going to be at 10 o'clock. And so you can watch this on our live Impact news stream over on WCNC Plus. You're looking at clips from earlier.
So I'm going to put these two knuckleheads back up. One is 18, one is 19. The left, 18, 19. They're both charged with attempted murder, possession of a weapon during the commission of a violent crime, and breach of peace of high and aggravated nature. And there is warrants out for a fourth and fifth suspect. And a sixth one for being a juvenile. So juvenile involved. This was crazy. We're talking about the afternoon, Tuesday afternoon, chaotic scene at the Walmart in Lancaster, South Carolina. Now, we do have that press conference. I want to share this because I want to remind people that I don't believe these Walmarts are safe. Police really have to do something about this, working with Walmart to find a solution here, because I think nationwide we have a big problem with the safety and security of Walmarts. I'm going to play the police press conference that just came out less than an hour ago, and then we will further discuss.
Sheriff Barry Fales of the Lancaster County Sheriff's Office, Solicitor Randy Newman of the 6th Circuit Solicitor's Office, as well as members of our staff, each one of our staffs here with us as well. So what we want to do is just give you a little bit of an update on what's been happening since as you have already been informed, at about 2:34 p.m. on Tuesday, April 1st, there was a shooting incident that was reported here at the Walmart in Lancaster at 805 Highway 9 Bypass West. What we have learned during the investigation during that time was it appears that there was an altercation of some sort between two groups of people that were inside the Walmart. This resulted in an exchange of gunfire. There was at least 2 people injured during that exchange. They were transported to a local hospital by personal means where they were treated. One person is still being treated at a hospital. The last we have been updated, it does not appear to be life-threatening injuries. I can tell you that we currently have 3 people in custody: a Lareakus Cunningham, age 18, Ryon Mickle, age 19, and a Zadarius Stover, age 19. We also have warrants that have been obtained on one adult male, Javion Wells, 18. That person is still being treated at a medical facility and will be warrants will be served on that person, and he'll be taken into custody upon his release. He's currently being detained by law enforcement. There was a bond hearing held for Cunningham, Mickle, and Stover. Both Cunningham and Mickle were both denied bond, and Stover was given a $10,000 bond. All 3 remain in jail at the Lancaster County Detention Center at this time. We've also obtained a juvenile petition on a subject that was involved in this altercation, and that person is currently being sought. And we have obtained warrants on an Antonio Hayden, age 18, and we're actively looking for that subject as well. I want to real quick just talk a little bit about the incident. When the call came in, obviously it was readily apparent that this was a serious incident occurring at the Walmart here at Lancaster. I can tell you that there was a very rapid response from law enforcement, from the Lancaster Police Department, as well as our partner agencies, the Lancaster County Sheriff's Office, and other law enforcement officials. Assistance was offered immediately, almost immediately, from surrounding agencies, including the South Carolina Highway Patrol, South Carolina Probation and Parole, SLED, Chester County Sheriff's Office, as well as federal partners, including the FBI and ATF, as well as the USCL Public Safety Department. We also had assistance with this incident from Emergency Management, Lancaster County Emergency Management, the Lancaster Fire Department, Lancaster County EMS, and Lancaster County 911. So it was really a coordinated effort, a good team effort, and situations like this require quite a lot of resources, and we're very fortunate to have such a great working relationship, not only between the police department and the sheriff's office, which we have a great relationship, but with all of our partner agencies. And this is a good example of how that comes into play when you need those kind of resources. I'm going to turn it over to some of my partners here, but I do want to just mention real quick the fact that when a tragic incident like this happens, that's when you really see what kind of staff you have and the dedication and the determination of your staff. Within seconds of this incident being put out on the radio, officers rushed to the scene and displayed bravery to rush inside the scene where they knew that there was an active shooting incident happening. And immediately the Sheriff Vail, and myself were getting calls from other agencies asking us what we needed, and they were responding from all over. So that was a great testament to the caliber of law enforcement that we have in this area. And following the initial incident, we very quickly set up a command post there at the incident scene, and the coordination between all the other agencies showed how valuable having these partnerships in place are, because there was a lot of moving parts. And ever since Tuesday, there's continued to be a lot of work being done, and I can't thank enough the staff at the Lancaster Police Department, our investigators, the command staff, our patrol officers that stepped up. Lots of tasks needed to be accomplished, and everybody stepped up, took a task, took an assignment, and did their best, and that's what makes a successful police department, a successful investigation. So I really appreciate the staff, the investigators, the officers, and our local partners. This time I'd like to turn it over to Sheriff Barry Vail with the Lancaster County Sheriff's Office and have him say a few words.
Thanks, Chief. I would just say that the incident at Walmart was certainly a reckless incident. These individuals had no regard for human life, put innocent people in danger, and that's something certainly we're not going to put up with here in Lancaster County. I want to make the comment or echo the chief. Kudos to his agency, and certainly my investigators, my patrol officers for showing up within seconds, entering this building, going after the active shooters inside. Actually within minutes, within 30 minutes, we probably had over 100 officers on scene. And certainly that was the Sheriff's Office, the City Police Department, our state and federal partners, our neighboring counties, other law enforcement agencies within our own jurisdiction here. I just can't say enough how great the partnership here is in Lancaster County. Certainly for us to be able to accomplish what we set out to accomplish, it takes teamwork. And Chief, I appreciate the leadership and your staff for the partnership, along with the solicitor himself. Let me say this. We need to make sure that the full weight of the law comes down on these individuals by putting innocent lives in danger. That's something we certainly can't tolerate here in our jurisdiction. We have had the conversation, myself, the police chief, the solicitor, and I think you'll see that here in the near future. So again, thank you for the partnership. Appreciate what you guys do on a daily basis, and solicitor, appreciate what you do. Thank you.
Have Solicitor Randy Newman come up and say a few words as well.
Yeah, I just want to thank these guys, everybody in the room. When I walked on the scene, it was something like I've never seen before, and I know, these guys train for that every day. It was very reassuring to me as a citizen to walk up and see that they were able to execute that plan to a T. They were on the scene within seconds. The building was cleared and deemed safe within minutes. So hats off to these guys. They're going to do their part, and I'm going to certainly do my part to make sure justice is served. Thank you.
So we will take a few questions, and they're still in active investigations, just so you understand, but we will definitely share any information we can, and also like to let you know that as more information becomes available, we will continue to give you updates as well. Yes, ma'am.
Randy, can you speak to the juvenile process here? I know there was one juvenile, there's no, I'm assuming, okay, that there's no court here for juveniles, that person will have to be sent to Columbia once they're in custody. I don't know how that works. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Once he's taken into custody, he'll be housed in a juvenile facility. We at this point, we plan to we will look into charging this individual as an adult. That's something that will have to go through the court process, not something we can just decide we're going to do. We have to petition the court for that. Probably too early to tell. A lot of issues come into play and things we have to take into consideration, but for right now, that is our plan, to push forward with a petition.
Chief, question for you, and you can answer that direction. Between the arrests you made and the warrants out, do we believe all people involved have been identified, or are we still looking for other individuals as well?
So that's a good question. Actually, in just a couple of short days, I'm very impressed with the work that these investigators and the investigators with the Sheriff's Office have been able to complete. And we're closing in on wrapping up most of the case. It's not over till it's over. There's a lot more work to be done, and an investigation unfolds as you progress in it, and more information becomes available. So I'm not really ready to say that nobody else is involved, but I believe we can characterize that definitely the main players have been identified and charges have been obtained on those main players, which is, again, that's a testament to the hard work of these investigators and to the staff, the patrol officers that have supported us, and the coordination with the solicitor's office, the sheriff's office, our other state and local partners. Just a couple of days, and this is a major event, and we're at a place now in this investigation where we've identified most of the players. So.
Were the people injured involved in the altercation?
Yes, the information we have was that those that were injured were involved in the incident.
Chief, can you speak to just the help, further help that you need from the public, and just kind of really speak to the people who, you know, might have information that can help you?
Yeah, anyone with information, no matter how small you think it is, please contact us. Contact the Lancaster Police Department, the Lancaster County Sheriff's Office. An investigation is like a puzzle. Any small piece can lead to the next lead for us. So we ask our community partners to help us out. And I'll mention this, we do have a good relationship with our community. We do get information from a lot of different sources. You know, people calling, people texting, word of mouth, social media. So any information that anyone has, we ask you to please offer it to us. I also want to mention, I appreciate the assistance and the cooperation that we've had with Walmart. As a business, the management and the corporate people at Walmart have cooperated with us in this investigation and the response. And this is our community. I live here. I know the sheriff lives here. The solicitor lives here. This is our community. An incident like this is unacceptable. Your family shops here. Our family shops here. There's zero tolerance for this type of situation. So any information that the public can give us, hey, you live here, we live here, let's work together to make sure that this doesn't happen again.
We've seen stories circulating on what could have caused this incident or what's been do we have clarity on why just yet?
It's still developing, but I'll tell you that we do have information that indicates that there is a gang element involved in this interaction.
And then the one person you said that's still in the hospital with injuries, is that the suspect? There have been charges, warrants obtained on that subject as well. Or is that a victim, or was that a suspect, or someone who was like the person who's still in the hospital with injuries?
Warrants have obtained on that person as well. They were involved in this altercation. No, no employees or other customers were injured or involved in this. It was two groups of individuals that had an encounter, and an exchange of gunfire occurred. Those were the people who were involved, and luckily, thank God, no employees or other shoppers were injured during that exchange of gunfire.
No fight over a girl. Everyone was saying that. Yeah.
I haven't heard anything to indicate that was the reason that it started.
Were you still in the store yesterday? I saw a patrol car there. Were you all still?
We've still been working, actively working the investigation, so we do have a law enforcement present there. So.
Thank you, guys.
Prior to this incident, would the people involved have any history of violence against each other prior to this?
We're still working to develop that, and that's where, after the initial phase of the investigation, you start following all the leads after that, and that's definitely some of the things that we're going to try to unravel. This is going to be a pretty long-term investigation, because we want to find out what happened, why it happened, and who's involved, what the motivations were, and try to make sure that we can take steps so it doesn't happen again. So that's definitely something that we hope to uncover during the investigation.
One of the individuals you mentioned had a bond while the others were revoked. Was there any reason, was there a lesser charge on that individual, or what was the circumstance there? That's my
Understanding of the reason that bond was set that way is due to the severity of the charges. All right. Thank you for coming. We appreciate you. Like I said, there will be more updates as information becomes available. Thank you. Thank
you. Chief. JLR investigates.
We do have information that indicates that gang activity was involved in this incident.
Gang.
Thank you.
All right, no more questions. Y'all have a great day.
Thank you. Appreciate y'all being here.
All the handshaking and the patting on the back. Folks, we have a problem nationwide with violence at Walmarts. That particular press conference was centered around the incident that happened Tuesday afternoon. Lancaster, South Carolina, gangs. Apparently 6 people are involved here. It was a Wild West shootout inside the Lancaster, South Carolina Walmart. Customers scattering all over the place. Massive police response. Those are 2 people. Mugshot that's out. He announced that there was a third person that got arrested. I don't have that mugshot available. Juvenile and 2 people with warrants out, it appears. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. And then, like you see in this parking lot here, Wild West shootout, Albuquerque, New Mexico Walmart. And as we discussed in this live, a shooting inside a Walmart in Tulsa, all within a 24-hour period. Explain to me how this is even possible. How is this even normal? Is this the new normal? Is this what we're looking at here? That's why I said, folks, you don't know who's in these Walmarts, and it's getting very scary. It's almost becoming repetitive here. Like, I know some of you might be like yawning and well, just another one. But I mean, come on, folks. There has been so many Walmart shooting incidents in this country in the last 6 months. And we've covered almost every single one of them. We will continue to cover it. I'm sure Walmart doesn't like us putting this video out and this live. But what's the solution here? What's the solution? Don't go to Walmart. Stay away from Walmart. Make sure they have adequate security. Maybe perch a police officer inside a Walmart. Security guards, armed employees, metal detectors. Hello, Jeff. Crime has been allowed to run wild. Yeah, a lot of you guys have a lot of opinions about this. Keep your opinions coming. Love to read them. But, you know, we gotta talk about this. We got to talk about what is going on with Walmart. What is going on? It seems like it's a beacon ground for crazies to go to. Again, I've seen people literally washing and bathing themselves in the bathroom in Walmart. I've seen roving groups of people running around. I'm telling you, when I went in there, and I do not want to go to Walmart. You have to constantly turn your back around all around because you don't know who's who. I wouldn't get into any arguments with anybody in Walmart, but the fact that these people are gun-toting and shooting, you could be caught in the crosshair. It had nothing to do with you, and you could be hit. It's crazy. It's literally crazy. And I'm sure we'll be back within the next week talking about another Walmart shooting. And it's the youth. A lot of these people are young. They're young. They're teenagers. Their brains are not even fully developed. And they're in this culture that think it's cool to be in a gang and tote guns. Who knows what's going on in their household? Where's their parents? Where's their parents? Instilling some sort of morals, values, principles. Telling them that lifestyle is wrong. There's only 3 solutions to that lifestyle: jails, institution, and death. Jails, institution, and death. That's what it results of being in a gang. I'm sure some of these kids are smart, but they just led astray. And they choose a wrong path, which ultimately results, South Carolina, they're not playing in South Carolina. You heard one of the authorities say in that press conference, a disregard for human life, a reckless disregard for human life. Dude, these people are going to get sentenced. They're going to get 20, 30 years because of this. 20, 30 years without parole in South Carolina. They don't parole. They don't parole in South Carolina. So we'll continue to monitor these Walmart shootings nationwide. Three. Let's hope there's no more. But I'm afraid there will be more. What is Walmart going to do? When's Walmart corporate going to step up and talk about these shootings? We have to put the pieces together. You know, I wanted to do a follow-up on the Lancaster shooting, and then I saw, and I talked to Magnolia this morning. I'm like, holy smokes, there was 2 more Walmart shootings yesterday. Or the other one happened the same night that this one happened, but within a 24-hour period, Tuesday and Wednesday. Tuesday into Wednesday, there was 3 separate Walmart shootings. 1 died. Remember, 1 died. 1 died in New Mexico. 1 died. What happens if a child gets hit? What happens if a child gets hit? Elderly person. Or does this stuff just get swept under the rug because we're dealing with so much craziness out there? Wild stuff, folks. Well, thank you for watching this particular segment. If you're new to the channel, welcome, sub up. Appreciate all your opinions. Keep your opinions coming. If anything else breaks about these Walmart cases, you will definitely hear them on JLR Investigates. Stay safe out there, folks. It is a wild world. Maybe do some home shopping. I don't trust these malls. I don't trust any. I don't even trust Target. I don't trust these grocery stores. I don't trust it anymore. I don't trust it. I don't trust it. It's not because you take the high road. You're not a problem person. You're an outstanding citizen. That's fine. Good. But it's the crazies you have to deal with. And you can be caught in the crosshairs of this craziness or victimized by these crazies. Instacart, Amazon, let them come to your door and deliver your goods, and then you can live another day. All right, we'll talk soon. Have a good day, everyone. JLR Investigates.